My name's James Anthony. I'm a land use attorney. I have offices in Oakland and in Los Angeles. I've been previously an Oakland city attorney doing land use work there. And for the last couple of years, I've done land use for the medical cannabis dispensaries. I defend them against litigation from cities attempting to close them for allegedly being a nuisance, and I also do land use permitting. Just a couple nights ago, I was at a 9-hour planning commission meeting in San Francisco where we brought 3 MCDs, medical cannabis dispensaries, through the land use permitting process, and the planning commission approved them unanimously. I've also successfully obtained permits in Kern County, Bakersfield, and in Oakland, and hope to do so in Los Angeles as soon as the City Council passes some regulations. Medical marijuana is becoming visible. What's happening is that the patients and the collectives that they form in order to supply themselves with the medicine are surfacing what is existing economic activity and legitimizing it, bringing it out of the underground and the so-called black market, and bringing it where it can be controlled, regulated, and taxed. Well, it would appear to me, and you know, I don't waste a lot of energy trying to read the mind of the DEA. I think that part of their tactic is to be unpredictable. But if I were them and I were looking at this situation in Los Angeles, I'd be very concerned about losing the fight to keep the war on marijuana going, which seems to me to be the position that the DEA and the federal government is in California, and especially in Los Angeles. For better or worse, Los Angeles is the cultural capital of the world, if not the universe. And once the City Council does what it should do and what it intends to do, which is to exercise its duty as local government and control and regulate medical cannabis, there'll be hundreds of legal, recognized, permitted, licensed, locally approved medical cannabis outlets in the city of Los Angeles. They'll be ordinary, they'll be boring, they'll be just another land use. They don't have any good alternatives. They can't just allow this to happen, but every time they do something, it's obviously draconian. Here's a recent case from Southern California, Riverside County, Corona, very nice suburban desert town. This gentleman, Ronnie Knowles, a business entrepreneur. He was a computer consultant and a real estate broker, and he decided that he was tired of driving over 2 hours to get his medicine from Los Angeles, and he opened a very well-regulated, tax-paying nonprofit organization in Corona, in a commercial location, to provide medical cannabis. A year later, the DEA came in. They not only arrested him, and they're prosecuting him in federal court, but they also arrested his wife in state court, where she's charged with felony child endangerment, and they took these 3 little girls. This is the kind of, you don't have to go to Cuba to see torture in this country. If they take your children and they deny you, I don't remember the government taking Martin Luther King's children. I don't remember the apartheid government of South Africa taking Nelson Mandela's children. It is outright savagery to violate basic fundamental human rights in this. What we have is a debate between state law and federal law. And if we can't settle that in some kind of civilized fashion without guns, without child kidnapping, then I really fear for the future of this country. But I think that rational minds will prevail. The DEA and the federal government forces of prohibition are going to lose, but for the next few months, while they see that happening, they're going to become increasingly irrational. They're going to do more dangerous things. They're going to apprehend more movement leaders. They're going to try to shut down the best facilities. And this is just going to go on until we see the change in Washington, and until they realize that not only the American people, but the American Congress is united against them. And unfortunately, it may get a little worse before it gets any better.
The DEA raided a dispensary Thursday night, the usual stuff that they do. But the good news is that the dispensaries are opening faster than they're being closed. In fact, not many of them are being closed. Even the ones that are being raided are reopening the same day in many cases, or the next day. People come in from the neighborhood and they restock the dispensary with marijuana, and business goes on. And the more important thing is that new dispensaries in California have been opening at the rate of about At least 1 to 2 per business day for the last 2 years. And that's just within Los Angeles. That doesn't count the outlying areas. I recommend anybody who comes to Los Angeles should get a copy of the LA Journal of Education for Medical Marijuana, and they will see that this magazine is just full of ads for dispensaries. And here's a couple of examples. These are full-page ads. There's 100 of these ads in every issue or more. There's also a classified section that lists people who have smaller ads. And as you can see, they're not hiding what they're doing at all. These are the specials of the month for the different kinds of marijuana that are on sale. This is over. This is 35,000 copies of this go out every month. This has been on the newsstands for over a year. Some of these clubs have been in operation for 2 years or more, and basically nobody's stopping them. Everyone who wants to know more about this should go to marijuanabusinessnews.com. On there, I have complete instructions for how to open a cannabis club of your own, and I will have information on the money you can make from it, the profits that are available in this industry, and everything you need to know to get into the business, the licensing, how to get an office, everything.